Sir, you have developed a plutonium rich mixed carbide fuel that has never been tried before. How do you think this came about and how was it then taken up further?
Yeah, this all happened in the I would say early 80s, and then in the mid 70s, I was deputed to the plutonium laboratory in Germany. It's called Kernforschungszentrum. That means Nuclear Research Center, KFK in short. Now it has been renamed as KIT. And then I had the unique opportunity to work with possibly one of the best fuel metallurgists, one Dr. Dieter Vollert. And in that lab, at that time, they were developing mixed uranium plutonium oxide and mixed carbide fuel for irradiation testing in the German KNK2 fast reactors. So my work was mainly on X-ray diffraction for quantitative phase analysis in the uranium plutonium carbide system. And then when I returned home, I told my boss that I would like to start a PhD and I would choose this mixed carbide. Now, a lot of work has been done on the uranium rich mixed carbide, but there is no information on the plutonium rich mixed carbide, right? India, we do not have U-235, we have only plutonium. And in the fast reactor, plutonium is the best fuel. So I told them, why not I explore the possibility of plutonium rich carbide, because that could be a good fuel for the fast breeder test reactor, which was under construction at that time. Fast breeder test reactor is a small reactor with a small core. If the reactor is small, then you need very high enrichment. Normally, in a typical commercial fast reactor, the plutonium enrichment is in the range of 20 to 30%. But since the fast reactor core is small, you needed an enrichment about 70%. This gap in the enrichment overseas, this was done by U-235. But since we do not have U-235, we had to go for the plutonium rich mixed carbide, which has not been tried anywhere in the world. And that was, I would say, the golden years of my research career, and it was more or less single-handed. First developing the process flow sheet, then developing the thermophysical properties like thermal conductivity, coefficient of thermal expansion, and all the properties, thermal diffusivity, and then establishing that it is compatible, chemically compatible with the stainless steel cladding and sodium coolant. So once we did this, then the whole presentation I made in Kalpakkam, I remember that was in 1979. And then, because they had two options, either to import U-235 or to try this. And that's the beauty of BARC, because here you have leaders who tell you or encourage you to take risk. So they took the risk, just imagine. And I remember Dr. Ange called me and said, how soon you can set up this prototype manufacturing setup? I said, sir, 2 years. And within 1.5 years we could set up. We worked day and night. And then when we made the first, because it is highly pyrophoric also. Correct. So it has to be handled not only in a globe box, but in an inert atmosphere globe box, maintained at nitrogen and with a purity of less than 10 ppm of oxygen and moisture. So it was a unique experience and a teamwork, because our type of research cannot be done by an individual. It's a teamwork. And I had outstanding team officers and technicians and all these things, and that made things possible. And the French, they did not even believe that we could make this. I remember the French boss of atomic energy, Vendrius, he came and saw. Goldsmith, they came and saw, and then they saw this. When they saw this in the laboratory, they said, fantastic, this is very well done. And that gave a lot of confidence to our seniors and bosses, and they decided to make this go ahead and go ahead with the manufacturing. So I manufactured this fuel, and in 83 I got married also. And then from 84 to 85 we made the complete core, one full core sort of thing. It was a small core, not a large core. And then I meanwhile got this Humboldt fellowship from Germany. So I told my boss that I want to go, I want to take this. He, with a little bit of reluctance, he said, okay, now that you can have a break. And he knew that I got married recently. Even we didn't spend any time in getting married. I was given leave for 3 days only. I went there, got married, and came back the next day. So that was a type of thing, and but it was really worth it. So this is the thing. We saved enormous amount of foreign exchange, and had we imported this uranium-235, the entire fast reactor complex would have been under IAEA safeguard. So one is cost. We saved cost and we prevented IAEA safeguard. Today ABTR is running since October 1985. It is running in full power, 40 megawatt thermal, generating 13 megawatt electric power, and the carbide fuel has seen a burn up of 1,65,000, which is a world record. Fantastic. So this has put India on the top of the map, and so far as the advanced fast reactor fuels are concerned.